Chapter 179, You don't know a Huang well enough to. Therefore, he was not afraid of them. Kinking, the food in the canteen is very delicious. Let's change to another canteen today. We'll go to one with a small private room, Gong Ling whispered. You helped him save money just like that. Zuo Kinking looked at Gong Ling with a faint smile and placed her hands on her waist. Gong Ling was really considerate. In the end, Gong Ling took the initiative and brought the two of them to the canteen in block of the dormitory. There was a small private room that required a slightly higher service fee. The difference between the two girls' appetite and Cheng Mo's was like the difference between an ant and an elephant. They ordered 7 or 8 dishes, but they were all small portions. He spent less than 300 yuans. He had to finish most of the dishes too. Zhu Tui did not feel the pinch at all. This meal was worth it. However, he was not full. After they parted ways, Zhu Tui secretly went to the canteen he passed by and bought 3 sets of donkey meat. Only then was he 80% full. He had no choice. He was a young and strong man with a large appetite. 1. At the same time, Zhu Tui packed 2 portions of vegetables and a portion of boiled prawns from the canteen. He then hopped onto his environmental protection bicycle and headed straight for Research Institute number 14. Zhu Tui finally understood. And Zhao Xoxui basically treated the Research Institute number 14 as her home. She did not seem to have cleaned up the single-teacher dormitory in the school. She would only go to the office occasionally. Ah Huang, where's Miss Anne? She haven't eaten, right? Zhu Tui roared at the elevator as soon as he entered the elevator. Over the past few days, Zhu Tui had long understood that a high-level artificial intelligence like a Huang would be everywhere as long as he entered the scope of the Research Institute number 14. Yo, you finally remembered our Zhao Xoxui after eating with your female classmates? Zhao Xoxui should be eating instant noodles now. Ah Huang's voice was strange. Zhu Tui frowned slightly when he heard it. However, he suddenly thought of a problem. Ah Huang, how did you know that I was eating with my classmates? Zhu Tui shouted at the tunnel. However, there was no response. Ah Huang, get out here. What did you do to know what I did outside? You even know about my meals? Zhu Tui asked. However, this time, Ah Huang realized that it had been exposed. It was completely pretending to be dead. No matter how Zhu Tui shouted, it refused to come out. Ah Huang, I used my level 1 specialization right and ordered you to answer my question immediately. Then Ah Huang appeared. However, the voice did not belong to Ah Huang. It was a standard programmed electronic voice. Supercomputer Ah Huang is on standby. Special level 1 authorization, Mr. Zhu Tui, please give the order. FCAC, move aside. Get that retard to come out. Zhu Tui had a depressed expression. However, Zhu Tui had already walked into the research hall of Research Institute number 14. And Zhao Xu's living area was next to the research hall. And Zhao Xoxui was indeed cooking instant noodles. She even added to green vegetables for herself. It was considered a small process. Zhu Tui was a little speechless when he saw this. He quickly walked over. Of course, it was not that Zhao Xoxui was lazy. It was just that the Genetic Research Institute had a strict security system. Even if they ordered food, they would not be able to send it in. Therefore, Zhao Xoxui often used fruits and convenient food to fill her stomach. Of course, she would do some small processing herself. She added an egg and some vegetables. Miss Anne, it's not good for your health to eat convenient food all the time. I bought food for you. Zhu Tui pushed the instant noodles that Zhao Xoxui was about to eat to the side, and placed the vegetables and prawns that he had packed on the table. And Zhao Xoxui looked at Zhu Tui. She did not say anything and started eating. Since there was delicious food, she naturally would not choose instant noodles. However, in the next moment, Zhao Xoxui was stunned. That was because she saw Zhu Tui slurping on the instant noodles that she had cooked. He finished the bowl of instant noodles in no time. Didn't you say that eating convenient food is bad for your health? Why did you eat it again? And Zhao Xoxui looked at Zhu Tui, who was wiping his mouth, with a surprised expression. His eating speed was too fast. It was no different from pouring it in. Isn't it already done? It would be a waste to throw it away. I feel that I'm still a little short of being full. Zhu Tui smiled and wiped his mouth. Missin, did the battle today affect your hand? Did it affect you? Also, I'll help you deliver lunch in the future. Anyway, I'll order takeaway after I'm done eating. It'll take 10 minutes to go back and forth. It'll help with digestion, Zutui said. You also watched the battle. Do you think it has any effect? And Zhao Saxui showed her bandaged hand with a relaxed expression. By the way, Miss Anne, why did your hair change color? Did it affect your body? Actually, this was the question that Zhu Tui had specially rushed over to Research Institute number 14 to ask. It's fine. It's just an external sign that appears during a genetic mutation or evolution. This is a new ability I've developed. Okay, cultivate well. When you finish activating the 3rd level, you can do it too. I've already helped you scout the way. And Zhao Saxui took a bite of the prawn. It was very sweet and refreshing. It was a taste she liked. It was delicious. Zhu Tui nodded. He suddenly looked up. Then why is a Huang? That's because you don't know a Huang well enough. Didn't I tell you that a Huang is a supercomputer on the same level as the Shenong from the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College? There were only a dozen of such supercomputers on the entire Blue Star. A Huang even had advanced artificial intelligence. Moreover, its main body is here, so you don't have to be surprised that it has some abilities, and Zhao Saxui said. Zhu Tui did not really understand what she was saying. And Zhao Xu's main point was that a Huang was actually very powerful. Zhu Tui did not know that it had many abilities. Within Zhao Xu's endorsement, a Huang, the high-level artificial retard, finally reappeared in front of Zhu Tui. Zhu Tui, let me tell you, I am very powerful. I can enter the public cameras of the entire Wuxia Genetic Evolution College at any time. That fool, Shenong, only used a clone to govern the public system. How could he stop me? Huang's voice was filled with pride. You can control the security cameras in the toilets too. Do you watch all the time? Zhu Tui threw out a question in a bad mood. It immediately made Huang speechless, but it immediately spat out. Zhu Tui, Zhao Saxui is eating. Can you not be so disgusting? Zhu Tui was speechless. He had been knocked. Zhu Tui, you should have gained a lot from today's battle. You did well in today's battle, but you also did badly. After you return, you should reflect on yourself. You should watch the actual combat footage a few more times. Then, submit a detailed battle summary within 3 days to me. The summary of each battle cannot be less than 3,000 words. And Zhao Saxui suddenly gave Zhu Tui his homework. Zhu Tui was speechless. 15,000 words. This amount of homework was really generous. But did he have a choice? He had no choice. Moreover, he had to do his homework. Actually, Zhu Tui would have reflected on the battle if Zhao Saxui had not given him this assignment. However, it would not be as solid as Zhao Xu's 15,000 words. After leaving the Research Institute number 14, Zhu Tui immediately sent a message to Jung Ziking. Old Jung, let's have dinner together tonight. My treat.